If you're looking for the very best way to improve your concentration and increase your focus as a football player, I'm going to give you a brilliant strategy to employ for your own game. And we want this because one of the most important mental skills that every football player should have in their locker is that ability to remain focused, that ability to have brilliant concentration levels within their game. Now, in my own personal work with top level players, it is so easy to identify that the higher a player gets within their game, the higher their ability to be able to be focused and immersed within the game they're playing. And there are obvious benefits for this. They're paying attention to what is happening within the game. So you're much more likely to see the runs of your teammates or identify those dangerous runs of the opposition players. And because football is played at such a fast pace, we need to rely on split-second decision making in order to make the very best decisions. Now, if we aren't concentrating, our decision making is going to be slower and we're going to miss out on so many opportunities within the game. But it isn't just this either. There is another reason why concentration and focus is enormously important for every football player, no matter what level they're playing at. And this reason for me is so much more important than anything else we've even talked about now. Think about the very best game you've ever played in. And when you were playing in this game, I'm gonna guess that everything that you did felt effortless. You might even have covered more ground, had more intensity about your game, so much more high energy. But even though you did more, far from having less energy afterwards, you probably felt like you could play all day long. And on top of this, when you were doing everything brilliantly, what were you thinking about? I ask this because when we are performing at our very, very best levels, most of the brilliant things that we do are instinctive. It's automatic. It is almost like you have a sixth sense and you simply know exactly what to do. And you do this without thinking. And this state is often called the flow state or being in the zone. I actually call it being in the blue performance state. Now, one of the only ways that you're ever gonna consistently get into this state is to be totally and completely focused in your game. You switch off to everything else around you. You have no split attention. For the duration of this game, nothing else exists apart from the game. And once you're able to condition yourself to doing this more often, you're gonna find that you're able to enter this blue performance state more often, and you'll be playing at your very best levels much more frequently and much more consistently. And here is a way to condition your brain to be able to develop that ability of concentration, that ability of focus much more effectively. And here is how you go about doing this. And what I want to say is this: if your attention in your everyday life is all over the place, you're constantly texting on WhatsApp or flicking through your Instagram. Maybe you go for a brilliant walk, but all you're thinking about is what happened yesterday or what you're going to be doing later. In short, you're paying very, very little attention to what is going on in your present life right here and right now. If you find yourself most of the time doing these kind of things, then when you go out on match days, is it any wonder that you struggle to stay focused? You struggle to concentrate within the game. It's because you are what you consistently do. And if you constantly let your mind wander, you don't pay attention to your everyday life, your brain will start to lose this ability to be in the present, to remain focused and immersed. So what I want you to do is something that has nothing at all to do with football, but at the same time, it has everything to do with football. During your day, if you're doing something, commit your full attention to doing it. Even if it's tidying your room or cleaning up the kitchen, do it without your music on. Do it without the TV in the background. Do it without pausing to respond to a message from your mate. Instead, focus totally on the task that you're doing. Even if the task is having a coffee with your friend, Stop being distracted by people walking by or the vibration of your phone or thinking about the thoughts that are entering your head about something completely irrelevant to the conversation right here, right now. Because by doing this, what you're actually doing is developing your brain. You're strengthening and growing the parts of the brain that assist you in being completely focused, completely concentrated, and completely immersed on match day. Now, the great thing about this exercise is that you can be improving your game whatever you're doing and wherever you are. You haven't got to wait until the next training session or the next game. You can be conditioning your brain to be more focused, to be more immersed in your game for your football as soon as you finish watching this video. And do not neglect this. I know it sounds simple, but so many players these days massively struggle with their focus and concentration because there are so many things that are vying for our attention. But for you, this is a good thing. If others are struggling with this is a great opportunity for you to start excelling in it. And as we've said, it isn't just a nice skill to have. Focus and concentration are absolutely essential to getting into that blue performance state. And from here, you're going to be able to play to your best abilities. So what I want you to do is start committing to this, but also let me know in the comments below what activities you're going to be doing to make sure you're totally immersed to improve your game. And I really want to hear what these tasks are, even the most mundane and simple tasks. As you now know, these can be a game changer to your footballing brain.